Lincoln Ranger 305 diesel. These are very sought after and solid machines. We don't see a lot of the diesels, but we do see a lot of the gas ones. And I'm gonna go through a little bit of the troubleshooting. The complaint on this guy was it's not going over 120 amps. So at first I'm trying to get this bad boy running, and I don't know how long it's been sitting, but it was hard at first. Stopped that, checked the oil, and it was super low and black. So always check your guys' oil, right? I added some of that. It seemed to help out a little bit. After a few minutes, got that running. All right. Then next thing I did was check these bad boys out. They were on reset, or they were popped. The reset thing was popped on both of them. So I did that. Then I checked for AC, and it was at 130, which is surprisingly high. I wonder if the diesel engine has anything to do with that. I need to check more on that. And it's a Kubota engine. So the aux was fine. I checked for OCV at the outputs there. That was over 55, or it was around 55. So that's pretty standard. Next thing I did was check that this weld mode switches. And I've had some people who think there's something wrong with the displays just because only one of them works. But if you have it on CV, then only your voltmeter is going to work. And if you have it on stick or CC, then only your amp meter is going to work until you put it under load. Until you start a weld or put it under load, which is what we do here with the load bank. So that was my next step, is put it under load, and it took the load fine, especially at low settings. But then once I started getting up to the above 20 volts and 200 amps, it started bogging down and display was flickering, and it really wanted to shut down on me. So I went back down and then went back up again and started doing the same thing. And so I just turned it off. And another thing I checked on the engine after all that was the coolant, and it was super low. So this thing for sure needs a service. We're also gonna recommend brushes, which is another thing I should always check if it's been a while. You can't really see them, but check your slip rings. If they're dark, they should be gray. But if you're not having output, that's a thing you could always check, is your brushes. Make sure they're making contact with the slip rings. So yeah, this thing is gonna need to be serviced before we can get a full troubleshooting in there. The boss man has seen that, where it's engine problems, so you just service it and then potentially something else comes out, but we can't say for certain until we do that. And that's what we're gonna have to do with this one. But overall, these Rangers are very sought after, and we have a couple over here. Show you guys. Got the 225 there. Got an old ass one. That's the Ranger 8, I believe. Panels all messed up. That's the 330. I have a lot to say about that one here, and they're not great. I'll keep that to myself. But those are just some things we did. If you guys want to know what actually fixed this unit, let me know, and catch you guys later.